Yeah, I called ICE.
No, the thing is, I'm gonna vouch for him.
Not you. Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
He couldn't vouch for anybody, not even himself. I asked him.
I asked her,
Hey, Bobby.
you can leave now.
Mark? Mark?
You know what?
Where's Beverly?
Oh, what?
What?
Well, a lot of old memories. Your friend Gary's gone a long way. Yes, he has.
Well, that works that way. Well, we don't think anybody's doing anything, so no wonder. Mark said that the writing
He pushed her.
no, I think
Oh, I know.
You get a commission.
I'll call Jeff.
Oh, there's Mary, must have said Don't call Mike. I don't want him. That's where Bernie just asked me.
Mike wins.
We told David. I could have at least when I was a dog, I lived in the same.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that, especially on his birthday. Wait, turn.
Oh, yeah, but.
I'm nothing.
Jack and Marlene.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Used to babysitter. Marlene and Jack.
They babysit for you?
Yeah, right here. No.
Hi, I'm Maddie Keith. I spoke to my husband Ron, working with Bernie at Yad Ezra. Yeah, I think so.
It's been too long.
Well, then it's just Maddie, it's for your Madeline.
Too long, too long.
How did you?
Say hi or happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Who are you?
Mike and Michelle.
Mike and Michelle who?
Rosa.
Okay.
Helping Ruthie out with
How's your reading?
You know, I slowed down. Exactly.
Yeah, David. How about we get a table?
Okay.
Still there. Right over there.
Say happy birthday, Uncle Bernie.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bernie. Thank you for coming to my party. I got here. We don't have a room.
From Boston. Oh, that's great. He's here somewhere, huh? Yeah.
There's no room. There it is. How come you don't answer your phone? I called you about 6 times.
No.
3 yesterday.
You said you called back.
I called you a couple days ago.
I never got the message.
Where's the message? Your cell phone or?
I'll give you Esther's home number.
I'll call you on it.
Who are you?
I'm Jonathan Jonas,
Uh-huh.
Bernie's favorite grandson. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that here. But happy birthday and to another 95 of them.
All right.
No, this is hot.
Engineers per year in the United States now. Mexico.
The semi-official photographer. Oh, apparently weird. I don't know if he's looking.
Shmaya.
She's a grandma baby.
Huh?
She's a what? She's named after grandma.
I'm her daughter.
So can you say your name again?
Sarah.
And you are whose daughter?
He looks just like,
Jonas.
You're just Shmaya and Tova's daughter, right? Okay, and these are your kids?
These are my kids.
Want to say,
Say hi. Say hi.
want to say happy birthday to your
Happy
grandfather?
birthday, Grandpa. We love you.
Want to say happy birthday to
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Hey, Dad.
We live here in South Michigan. Right up the block. My dad.
Hi, Grandpa. Looks so good. Happy birthday.
Check out my Yiddish music right here. This belongs to the little steeple on 9 Mile and Ava.
This is a woman that cider maker that once in a while says she loves me, but she doesn't mean
Handsome young gentleman, who are all of you?
Great grandchildren.
Okay, so whose children are you? You're Rifki's, okay. So you're the great grandchildren of Uncle Bernie.
Yep.
What's your name?
I'm
And what's your name? And what's your name?
from
You all want to say happy birthday to your great grandfather? Okay.
My baby.
Behind David.
Every morning. Their father.
Is he here?
No, he's not. Okay, sent them to him.
Okay. It's such a beautiful thing.
that's a connection.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Are you a grandson or grandson-in-law?
I'm a grandson-in-law.
No in-laws.
There are no in-laws.
No in-laws.
Okay, so you're a granddaughter,
I'm a
right?
granddaughter.
Which one?
Rafi.
You're Rachel?
Rafi.
Rocky, want to say happy
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Many more.
Grandpa,
Got it.
number what?
I don't know.
What's your name? Who? Yehuda. What's your name? What's your
Not
name?
easy names. They're not easy names.
And what's her name?
Civi.
Susie. Another great grandchild? Yeah, who are you?
I'm going to be talking up there later, so...
Oh, so you can talk. Who are you?
I'm Jake Winkelman.
Oh, and who are you,
Susie's
Uncle
son.
Bernie? Susie Winkelman's son.
Yeah.
So you want to say happy birthday
Happy
to Bernie?
birthday, Bernie.
Okay, and this your wife?
Girlfriend, Kira.
Hello.
Hi, happy birthday.
So where you guys come from?
Austin, Texas.
All the way, huh?
All the way. Flew up.
Great. Hello.
I'm glad to see you. It's nice that you're doing this for the party.
Okay.
It'll be nice for us to maybe see it after though. Because
Sure.
we remember today.
Aaron, right? You want to say anything to your Uncle Bernie?
Happy birthday. Hope we have many more.
Diane? Who are you?
I am Deanna Tachna, Uncle Bernie's niece, Lillian's daughter, and that covers it.
Want to say happy birthday,
Happy
Uncle Bernie?
birthday, Uncle Bernie. See you in 5 more years. Well, we'll see you before then, but let's do this again in 5.
Okay.
What do you and I have in common? What do you and I have in common?
Oh, you're supposed to say
And I have a problem.
you're missing teeth.
I have a problem. And you're going to get this problem when you get my age.
She hasn't changed.
Now, what's my problem? All right, try to fix them.
Guys, look what happened to our hands. Look at that. They're stuck. Same problem for millions of years.
It won't, it'll get to you when you get to be 80. That's how old I am.
Good. I'm glad to hear that it got older. In my days, it was when I turned 60.
That's right.
Trying to fix it.
Can you fix it? Fix my hand?
How about you do it together? You do that one, you do that
Hold us on birthday.
All right, I have a question. What do you and I have in common? And him. What do we have in common? Huh?
Looks like
No. That's because you touched it that way. Eyes, our eyes are the same.
whenever he wears matches and when he wears like a big cloak, his eyes much closer to
But you see, it went that way.
And then continued for like months. Continued to ankle bottom.
This video. So who are you?
I'm Daniel. I'm grandnephew to Uncle Bernie.
Okay. And you?
I'm Avi. I'm Daniel's brother. Also a grandnephew to Uncle Bernie.
And you?
I'm Eli. I don't really know how I'm related. It's like second great grandfather or a great uncle.
You all want to say happy birthday to Uncle Bernie? Just a little bit.
Did you go to the shoot?
By default. I know, like, I'm still, like, they're still my number one team. Right, true. I have a hard time.
Who are you?
I'm Ari.
Ari who?
Stein. Ari Stein. I'm married to the youngest, Jonas.
Okay, and you?
I am your sister, loves you. I'm Susie Tachna.
And how are you related to Uncle Bernie?
Uncle Bernie is my uncle. He is my mom's eldest brother.
So you want to say happy birthday to Uncle Bernie?
I sure do. Happy birthday, my beloved uncle. Here he is now.
I can look down to you. Now I gotta look up. Same way with you.
Good to see you, Uncle Bernie. Happy birthday.
So how was your flight from what's that state called?
Not mine.
That's fine.
I live in Massachusetts now, so we're good in the end. We got no qualms with that. Boston.
So you see Michael?
Yeah, I saw him a couple weeks ago before he went on his Europe trip.
I had, well,
What happened to you?
Hey, Tina. Who are you?
Long time no see. I'm Tina Jonas, daughter of Pearl Jonas.
And Uncle Bernie's.
Niece.
Want to say happy birthday to Uncle Bernie?
Happy birthday, Uncle Bernie. I already said it when I saw you, but again, happy, 25th?
Yeah.
What?
This is his sweet 16, you know?
I was hoping. Am I only a someone?
Well, at least it has to be a Jonas piece, don't good looking, right? Yeah. I don't know who that guy is. You know who that guy is? You don't. That's her son. That's her son, Bobby.
And this is his brother. Look at his blue eyes.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't they have daddy's ones? But look at him. He's got spots.
Where? No, there it is.
Where's your brother? Where's Where? Yeah. Oh, it's not right. That's not fair. What? He's entitled to have fun once or twice.
Jim? Video.
You know the words?
coming to honor my grandpa, Bernie Jonas, 95th. Maybe a little applause. Want to acknowledge all the family members that came. I'm not going to name all of them, but just a few. Bernie's sisters, Dee and Lillian, are here, and his brother, Herbie, and his cousins, Peter and Harriet, and it died out on me. That's not, oh, okay. Of course, Bernie knows technology better than I do. There's some other family members here too. We're all really excited to be here with y'all and grateful that everyone's here. We love Bernie a lot. Grandpa, do you want to come up real quick before we invite some other people up?
I hope you're not like your father, because when I was in Austin to speak at his birthday, he said I only had 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes? See what you have. We have a third son. Okay. 6 children for making this beautiful party for me. I'd like to introduce them to you. My oldest son, Mark, and his wife Beverly. Stand up, please. My second son, Tula and Rabbi Shmaya Jonas from the big city of Brooklyn, New York. And then I'd like to introduce you to my baby, Suzanne and Marc Winkelman. I have a nephew here from Baltimore, grandkids from Lakewood, New Jersey. I think there's 4 of them with their kids, and one drove in with 9, another one drove in with 6. I can remember one year that when I drove to New York for a wedding of my sister, I had the 3 kids. I couldn't get there fast enough the way the kids were acting. So how would you like to travel with 9 and 6? I have a nephew here from Toronto, Canada. I have a niece and 2 great nephews from a little city called Palo Alto, California. I have a niece and a nephew from Whitmore Lake, Michigan, which is down the road. I feel very fortunate that I reached this age because I only have 2 friends left of over 40 years. One, her late husband, and I were friends from the age of 10. He's been gone for several years now. It was Seal Duchin, and another very good friend of mine for about 40 years, I believe, or maybe a little bit longer, Phil Elkis. So, you know, so. I don't know if you noticed a baby picture of me there when I was 10 months old or so. And my parents saw that, they said, we have to improve. So they went along and had 5 more sons and 6 more daughters. And one of my sisters, there was 3 boys, 1 girl, 3 boys, and then 5 girls. And the one sister, who's here now, I'm not gonna name her, but she was the queen for many years. And that's the reason why my parents felt that she was spoiled, so they had to have 5 more girls. There were 6 boys and 6 girls in our family. I'm very fortunate to be surrounded with a lot of women. I had two mothers. I think, if I count it right, 17 granddaughters and 27 great-granddaughters. And then I had a partner. I had a partner for 62 years who left me 11 years ago. And 7 years ago, I met a young lady who's now my partner for about 120, Esther Morger. Please stand up. Stand up. My late wife passed away June of 2007, and in October, my daughter and son from Austin, Texas, made a statement that they wanted me around for a couple of years. So they hired a trainer who comes to me 2 to 3 times a week and does a good job because I'm still around. His name is Jim Berg. Will you stand up, Jim? And I feel what the watch I have on goes backwards. You're looking at the richest man in the world. I have 35 grandchildren, 74 great-grandchildren, and number 75 is due any minute. So when you have that, and then also what's so special, I have 5 or 6 grandsons through marriage call me every Friday afternoon to wish me a good Shabbos. Then I have another grandson through marriage that he's administrator of a small yeshiva in Muncie, New York. He calls me 6 times a week, every morning around 8:45 to 9 o'clock, and just to say hello, how are you? We miss you. That's it. But that's the reason why I'm so rich, that I have that. Now enjoy yourself, and if you have a chance, go back there and see the pictures that I'm accumulating. And I got 1,000 more like that.
Here's Bernie's oldest, Marc.
As you know, my name is Marc Jonas, and I'm Bernie's oldest son. I'm the one son, or one of his only children, that stayed here in Michigan to watch over him. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who came today to celebrate my dad's 95th birthday. A few months back, when I was in Texas for my sister's birthday, my brother Marc and I about having a party for my dad. Having a party for my dad. First thing he asked me to do was to get with my dad and get a list of people that he wanted to invite. So I gave my dad a few days, gave him a call, asked him if he had the list completed. He said he did. I said, all right, I'll come by and get the list from you. So I came over. It was like 22 pages. It was 170 people. I don't know 170 people. I truly believe that he got names out of the phone book. And you know, those people that he did get from the phone book, you do not have to stand. When I think of my dad, I think of everything he does at his age. Volunteering at Yad Ezra 3 times a week, working at the Franklin Cider Mill for so many years now that they have his location named Bernie's Corner. His letters that he sends us on a regular basis and to the other family that always ends with, remember, we are family. To be honest, I get tired just looking at him. All the charities that he supports. How so many of his grandchildren who call him on a regular basis, especially before every Shabbos. I know he has always been there for me. I could keep speaking, but I understand there are about 50 others who would like to speak, and we have to leave by 6 o'clock. So thank you, everybody. Have a good time. Uncle Shmaya?
I have to introduce myself. I'm Shmaya Jonas. I'm the middle son. I'm not the oldest, not the youngest, the middle son. And the truth of the matter is, I can't say middle son is ignored, but I was never ignored. It was Stewart, take out the trash. Stewart, feed the dog. Never ignored. My wife told me I was going to have to speak. I really didn't believe it, so I didn't really prepare. Which means that when I'm told to speak 2 minutes, so if you're prepared, you can speak for 2 minutes. You're unprepared, so then it's 2 hours. So I hope you are enjoying the food, and if you want, in the middle, you can go and refresh, it's okay. Now I'll just give a little message. We were lucky enough that a few months ago, my daughter in Muncie made a bar mitzvah, and my father was able to travel on his own to come and join the bar mitzvah. It was a very special gift for us. And the rabbi who was there, after meeting my father, so after my father left, he said, "That's really your father?" First of all, he couldn't understand how I came from such a wonderful person. But he said, how's he do it? So I told him that I really can't tell the secret, because I don't know the secret, but I told him a thought that we have, that in Hebrew, the word give is nosan. Now, the word nosan in Hebrew means to give. If you read it from right to left, it's nosan. If you read it left to right, it's also nosan. I forgot what the term is when a palindrome. It's a palindrome, even though the palindrome doesn't work that way. But it's a palindrome. So my wife had been by his speech and she heard the following true story, how old it is, but it seems that there were 4 families that would travel for vacation every year to Florida. And they would always travel, and one year while they're traveling, so the women do what women do best, they went shopping, and they left the care of the children with their husbands, and they were taking care of them. They were staying in an area that had arcades on the bottom floor, and also there had been a swimming pool there, and the children were going to be by the area of the arcades, and they were playing there and enjoying. After a while, one of the fathers was coming down the steps to check on them, see how they're doing. As he's coming down, a 5-year-old is screaming, my brother, he's in the pool. So the father coming down ran out to the pool, and he saw that a 2-year-old was floating. So he immediately ran in. He happened to be a Hatzalah member, and therefore he knows Hatzalah is the Jewish emergency first aid. So he knew what to do, and thank God the child survived and did well. Of the 4 fathers that were there, he was the only one who was trained to react to such an emergency. Now, a few months later, I don't know exactly when, the parents of the infant, it wasn't his child, but the parents of the infant that had been floating made a meal to celebrate the miracle of the fact that their child survived. And they got up and they said that every year they travel with these other families, and this year they were told by one of the families that unfortunately they're not going to be able to make it. Financially, they weren't in the position where they were able to take the vacation with them. He was doing well, and he said, no, we travel, every year we travel together, and we can't, it's not going to be the same without you. Please, we're going to cover you for our benefit. We're going to cover you. You must come vacation with us. And they did. He said that I, the father the one who insisted that this couple come, I thought I was doing them a favor. I enjoyed their company and I wanted them to be with us. I thought I was doing them a favor. Little did I know that it was giving them the ticket to come saved my son. That's what Nosan is. Nosan is you give, and you think you're giving, you don't know what you're taking back. That's what Nosan is. In Hebrew, Lashon Kodesh and Torah, that's the message of giving. So, my father is somebody who always gives. And I really feel that the more he gives, the more he gets to give more. Because when he gives, he doesn't feel he's at all. And the people who are receiving don't feel that they're receiving because he does it in such a beautiful way that you're doing him a favor by taking from him. And I told the rabbi in Muncie that that is one of the secrets, I think, that my father has this very long and healthy life, thank God. And I remember when I was growing up, and I can't say that I really appreciated it then. I enjoyed it, but every Sunday, to my recollection, for a long period of time, my father made a point of taking us to visit our grandparents. He always used to say that he didn't merit to know his grandparents. He wanted us to know our grandparents. And every Sunday, would go for an hour or two to spend with our grandparents, that it was his way of honoring his father and mother. And in the Torah it says that somebody who honors his parents is granted long life. So I think that that may be part of it. And that's the message I want to give over. I know the Rabbi Muncie was impressed. I don't know if you are, but since it's the end of my speech, I'm sure you're happy. I'm going to give over this microphone. He's trying to work, so it shouldn't work, so I shouldn't invite him up. But I'm calling my brother. I can't call him my brother-in-law because every time I married off one of my children, almost the first thing my father would say to them after Mazel Tov was, "You're not my grandson-in-law, my granddaughter-in-law. In family, there's no such thing as in-laws." On the side we say it's outlaws. No, but he says you're my daughter. When I got married, he told that to my wife, "You're not my daughter-in-law." She almost got insulted, but he says, "No, you're my daughter." And that's the way it's been. So I'm inviting my younger brother to come up and speak a few words. And I think that may be the last time he's going to give me the mic.
So I'm the other Mark. I'm the youngest of the children. I think maybe I'm older than Beverly. This is Suzanne, who is, as you heard, the baby. And Suzanne's going through something now, and she has trouble talking, so I'll talk for the two of us. Bernie returns those daily calls that he gets from all those other people to Suzanne. He calls Suzanne every morning, and it's about a 4-sentence call, but they really like touching base, and it's really great. We've been fortunate, and we've learned from Bernie about giving and giving back, and that was a wonderful story and that you shared with us, Shmaya. And Suzanne and I are going to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary in September, and it's been really wonderful to be part of this family these 35 years and to learn from your giving and your teaching, BJ. I'm the only emotional one here. And so thank you. I'm sorry that your two older granddaughters from Austin couldn't be here, but they send their love and they join us in being very proud of you and helping you celebrate your 95th birthday. We love you. Thank you. Well, since you have so many, we didn't, think you would notice his absence. You would? Do you know what he looks like? Oh, okay, that's good. Okay. Who's next? Who else would like to say something to BJ? Yes, here's Jim Burke, who takes such good care of Bernie every week.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me? Okay. My name is Jim Burke. My relationship professionally began with Bernie 11 years ago, as he said. It started as just a professional relationship, working with him, making him stronger and more athletic. Thanks to Mark and Susie. Thank you both very much for having confidence in me. But it then turned into a wonderful friendship. And a lasting friendship and a meaningful friendship. Bernie always looks at his watch when I come. He says, "You're 2 minutes late. You're 3 minutes early. Get out. Get out." I said, "I came to see my friend." He says, "You're not my friend." I said, "Yes, I am." And he was just kidding. Pirkei Avot, which is teachings of the fathers. Many of you, I'm sure, in this room know of that the valuable, wonderful lessons of our ancestors, our rabbinical ancestors who knew so much, the wise rabbis. Pirkei Avot teaches us to receive all people with a cheerful expression. And I think Bernie Jonas does that to everybody, as you all know. I've come to admire Bernie in so many ways, and I made an acronym of his first name, Bernie. B stands for benevolence. Wonderful benevolence, how he gives so much. He has these pushkas in his house, and he puts money in there to give charity. I'm sure some of you know that. E stands for energy. Bernie, do you want to stand up and practice some balance, and show off for everybody? Not today? Okay. Well, his balance is pretty good. Okay. He's going to have to charge me. R stands for respectful, as he's respectful for so many things in life, as you all know. He tells me sometimes he goes into a synagogue, people aren't wearing a kippah, and he says, how can they not wear a kippah? They've got to be wearing a kippah. Nurturing. All of the family knows how nurturing Bernie is. Intelligence. Okay? I come in the morning, and he's already read the whole paper. He knows everything in the paper. He can recite verbatim what's in that newspaper. And enthusiasm. You all know the enthusiasm. He loves getting out and doing, volunteering, as you've heard, at Yad Ezra, volunteering when there's a mitzvah day on Christmas. Wonderful enthusiasm, and that we should all have. And family, as Bernie has said, is so important to him, as all you know. He's the only person in the world I would know that would need a calculator to count up all of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Okay, so many. He often talks about his beloved wife, Zichron Livracha, Pauline, a blessed memory. And he talks about Esther a lot as well, his new beloved. So he's been blessed in so many ways. My mom was a Holocaust survivor. She was in 5 concentration camps. So I'm very blessed to be speaking to you right now. I'm very, very blessed. It's a miracle that she survived Auschwitz and 4 other camps. It's a double miracle that I'm standing in front of all of you today. So from a personal viewpoint, changing my career, which once started in television and radio and now has morphed into exercise, working mainly with seniors, I've developed a great sense of joy, gratitude, satisfaction, and making these wonderful friendships. And I'm very, very blessed to be a friend of Bernie Jonas. I thank you so much. God bless you. As they say in Yiddish, this hindered and sponsored to 120.
Anyone else? Okay, last 2 announcements. Please feel free to take home the flowers, the orchids on the table. And then, oh, and thank you very much to Quality Catering. Thanks, y'all. Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Over here, overseas, she was good, living in New York. She was rescued by the Swedish Red Cross. Rescued her, so she was already going to working in Nebraska. He decided to take her to Miami Beach. At the same time, my mother was in Miami Beach, and my mom had a hotel with her. So they got her my dad's hotel. They met on the beach, and I guess it was love at first sight. It was 3 months.
Okay, one more. Thank you.
I dare you to get me great grandchildren.
Oops. Good. It's video.
How are you going to sing happy birthday? You got to sing happy birthday. You look amazing.
That sounds better than rolling down the 7-story window, quite frankly.
Hope everybody had a great time. I enjoyed it, and it woke up too soon.
What else would you like to say, about seeing the family?